Italian Football Podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to this special reaction show on the Italian Football Podcast. I'm Carlo Garganese. Italy beats Moldova 2-0 in Chisinau in this World Cup Group I qualifier. It was a late show from the Azzurri, an 88th minute header from Gianluca Mancini and then a 93rd minute header from substitute Francesco Pio Esposito. Give Italy a 2-0 win. Earlier in the night, Norway thrashed Estonia 4-1. It was actually 0-0 at half-time and Norway was struggling. There was some hope there for a miracle, but that soon changed after half-time. And it almost looked like Italy weren't even going to win their game until the end. An abysmal performance by Italy, which I'll get into in a minute. Rino Gattuso rotated heavily for this game, with Italy set to play Norway on Sunday, where he wants to play more of a stronger side. Sandro Tonali, probably the only guaranteed starter usually who started this game because he is on a yellow card and he won't be risked against Norway ahead of the playoffs. Gattuso went with this kind of 4-4-2, more of a 4-2-4 ultra attacking, two wide attackers, attacking wingers in Orsolini and Zaccagni, who played as side midfielders. Barella was suspended, Calafiori was injured, Keane was injured. So Italy playing kind of like a second string team with the exception of Tonali, maybe Cambiasso you could argue is a first teamer, but other than that, none of the other players are really first choice players. I'll split this into positives and negatives. Positives, not much at all, virtually nothing, other than Italy did actually manage to eventually get the win, which means that Gattuso still keeps up his 100% winning record, 5 wins in 5. That's about it. That's the only positive that we can have. Maybe Esposito getting another goal at the end. That's it. Italy were minutes away from one of the most embarrassing results in the history of the Italy national team. But that doesn't change the fact that this was a horrendous performance, and it just shows where Italian football is at. Italy are playing against a team ranked 156th in the world. This is a team that got thrashed 12-1 by Norway and 5-0 by Norway in the other game. And for Italy to struggle this badly, Italy barely created anything clear-cut in this game up until when they finally made the breakthrough right at the end. And what this game showed is, more than anything else, is the really, I mean, let's call it a crisis, the lack of depth that Italy has. It's apparent that this is basically the second strongest 11 that Italy can play, with the exception of Tonali, maybe Cambiasso. How many of this team are good enough to play for Italy when we need them? Honestly, I would have to argue virtually none of them. If we're telling the honest truth, this was a team that it just struggled to create throughout. The passing was just abysmal. And if we go through the individuals, I mean, Scamacca should never have been called up. He's not fit. He's nowhere near fit, near match fit. He's always been bad for Italy anyway. He's got 1 goal in 21 caps for Italy. He just never seems to perform for Italy. So what chance there is of him performing when he's not fit? He should never have been called up for this game, but he was really bad in this game. Raspadori showed that at most he's a sub-impact player for Italy, or for any team, any top team really. Not as a starter. He had a chance early on, but no. Orsolini, really bad again, as he always is for the Italy national team. He's playing great for Bologna, but whenever he puts on that Italy shirt, he just can't do it. Is this a level too high for him? Is Bologna his level? Zaccagni, a few little bursts, but yeah, again, at this level. Bellanova, really disappointing, really disappointing. His crossing, some of his passing, there's a couple he just kicked straight out of play. Again, just somebody at this level. I mean, for me, he's more of a counter-attacking player, so I don't think he's the kind of right player for a game like this where you're trying to break down a deep defence with everyone behind the ball. But, I think everybody kind of wanted Coyote to get a chance. He deserved a chance. But Bellanova was given the chance in this game, and Bellanova didn't take it. I think that Coyote and maybe even Palestra maybe deserve a chance before Bellanova. But, it's the playoffs are going to be the next games now. We can make call-ups, and can you just bed in new players for those games? I don't know. But, yeah, we could go through, 2025 and Cristante is still playing for Italy. It seems pointless analysing this game too deeply. Italy are playing the 156th team in the world here. Norway beat this team, put 12 goals past this team. We're struggling this badly. We simply just don't have the pool of players. We don't. Yes, this was our second string, but we don't have the pool of players. 2/3 of Serie A is foreign. There are multiple teams in the Serie A with no more than 1 or 2 Italians, or 0 Italians in the case of Como. We just don't have the players to pick from. And the players that we do, we've got some good first team players. Not many great first team players, but we have some talented first team players. But then once you move down to the second team, and you need these players, because you can't expect your first 11 to always be fit, to always be on form, to always be match fit. If you go to the World Cup, you're going to have to play every 3 or 4 days. You need a squad of players. Italy just has no depth. Italy just doesn't have a squad of players. And this was proven tonight. That's the biggest lesson to take from tonight, that the players that are the second string, the backups or the alternatives or the players to rotate or bench players, you need players to come on in matches and change the game. We just don't have any. We just don't have a pool of players. If you're playing the 156th team in the world and you're struggling to barely create a chance against them, the lack of quality, the lack of technical quality, and it's embarrassing. And these players had a point to prove. They had something to play for. They were playing for the chance to win over Gattuso going forward. The number of, our set pieces were dreadful. The number of wasted corners, we had about 10 in the first half. Some of them, a couple of them, we went straight out of play before the near post from Orsolini. What is this, under 11s football? And Moldova, okay, they put 11 men behind the ball and it's never easy. But despite that, we still managed to concede them. Probably the biggest chance of the first half was Moldova's chance when they put a cross in from the right and the guy was at the back post and put it over. So, okay, we kept the clean sheet. Can we call that positive against Moldova? I don't know what to say, man. I'm sorry. I just don't know what to say. It's embarrassing. It was torture. It's been torture watching Italy ever since that Norway game, because we've known since then that realistically we're playing for the playoffs. The last 2 or 3 games have been super torture because we've just known there's no chance of us overturning that deficit. I really can't find positives. The subs who came on brought a bit more of a goal threat. Esposito had a shot. Then finally we made the breakthrough. But it's hard. DiMarco got a nice assist. He's had a good start to the season. But yeah, I can't really be that positive. I thought the kit's grown on me a little bit. I wasn't sure when I first saw the kit come out, but seeing it there, the patterns with the golden, not too sure. I don't know. Tell me, what do you guys think of the kits? Talk about the kits. Can't really be positive about the football, but yeah, that grew on me a little bit. But yeah, that's it. We play on Sunday against Norway, last game. I'll give you the state of play. Not that it matters. Norway top with 21 points, maximum points, goal difference of plus 29, which is insane. Italy second with 18 points, goal difference of plus 12. Only the top team qualifies automatically for the World Cup. Second place goes to the playoffs. Italy already guaranteed second place, of course. So that means that Italy play Norway on Sunday at San Siro, the last game of the group. Italy need to win by 9 goals to finish ahead of Norway, which I believe would equal their record ever win, I believe. I think 9 goals is their record ever win. But obviously, they're not going to do that. So, yeah, we can safely say that won't happen. So we will finish second. and we will go to the playoffs. But unfortunately, after watching that game today, I can't sit here and tell you I have confidence that we're gonna go to the World Cup. I can't say that, even if we get really, really good draw, because we're playing the 156th team in the world and we barely managed to beat them. I can't say I'm confident. We just have to hope all our players are fit and we get a good draw, and yeah, we somehow do it. But it's grim. It's not. Italian football's in a bad place right now. It is. It really is. This proves it. Anyway, sorry for the negative note. I will be doing a preview of Italy versus Norway, which will come out on Friday, and then Nima will do a post-match reaction on the Italy versus Norway game on Sunday. So do check those out. Hopefully, we can get some positives. Hopefully, we can win that game, bring a bit of confidence into those playoffs, and hopefully, we can make the World Cup. But this was not a good game. This was a depressing game, which kind of laid bare the problems that we have in Italian football and the lack of quality and the lack of players that we are producing, or rather developing right now. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Friday for the preview, and then again next week. Ciao, ciao.